Good morning. I'm Doug Yates with the Real Estate News Channel.
And I'm Mark Cunningham, Doug Yates' identical twin brother, and we are the Men in Black today. Yeah, why are we in black? Because T.a.r.p is saying that they are in the black. They're talking about a $7-point-something billion net to what they lent out.
Yeah, can you imagine? $7 billion. Now, we did the math on this. $7 billion, which means we as taxpayers are profiting $7 billion as of now. Now, they did, Borofsky, he's the main guy checking out T.a.r.p, making sure he oversees everything, where the money's going.
Well, only for a few more days.
That's true. But before he leaves, he said we should expect a $20 billion profit to the taxpayers. My question is, who's going to get the money and how are we going to know about it?
Well, if you figure out the math, right now, we as taxpayers have earned $23.33. Big money.
Hey, I want to see it, though, on my tax refund.
Absolutely. And then if we get to $20 billion, Doug, listen.
$20 billion. Check this out.
$66.67.
Man.
Yeah.
Everybody should be fired up about that.
That is a lot of money. So, good thing we went to business in doing that.
I tell you.
The only problem with T.a.r.p, though, was, the idea of T.a.r.p was that, let's go back to the time of when we were sold, that T.a.r.p was going to be able to go in, buy all of these toxic assets, which really didn't do.
No.
It was going to create more lending, which was going to free up the freeze, right? Remember the whole freeze?
Oh, that was the bill of sale, the bill of goods that
they chipped away at it, but they really didn't thaw it. And then it was going to make sure that things were in place so the banks couldn't do this again.
That's what they were trying to do. But I recall that T.a.r.p went for a lot of different things other than buying up or modifying toxic assets, because the modifications was really what was sold to the American people. It didn't really happen that way.
No, so a lot of the opponents of the T.a.r.p have said, look, Treasurer keeps coming out with these, we're in the black and we're focused on the money, and then they don't want to focus on the money. They just want to focus on the results.
Yep.
The problem is they don't buy it, okay? They're not sure that the accounting is totally right. They don't totally believe it. It could be because Geithner didn't know how to do TurboTax in the first place, so there's a lot more zeros he's dealing with.
That was
maybe a little difficult for him. So, I don't know. Who knows? All I know is if they've got cheese for me, I want my cheese. I want my cheddar, baby. I want that $23.33. Yeah.
Hey, mark your calendars. We've got a free class coming up this Wednesday, as in Wednesday.
Wow. So Complete Short Sale Processors is going to get together with you, if you decide to come, and talk about the psychology of dealing with the banks when it comes to short sale.
Ooh, psychology. That's kind of cool.
It is cool. Now, Complete Short Sale Processors, or CSSP as they're also known, has been around since 2008, and they've done thousands of short sales, all right? They know what they're doing, and guess what? They're not going to charge you a dime. Now, I know some other companies out there that like to make profits off of it, and they don't really do a whole lot of short sales themselves. These guys do it. They're not charging you a dime. Come check it out when you'll walk out having a better understanding and a better way of processing your own short sales.
So click on the link below, and you'll see the flyer. When, where, why, how, all that detail right there.
It's not a flyer, Doug. It's a link, and it goes to a website. Those aren't called flyers.
Close enough.
Here's your tip of the day, and it comes from Johnny Lowy, the seminar we were heavily touting last week. And first of all, I want to thank you for coming out. Those of you that did come out, what a great experience. Now, Johnny was a master at bringing up conversation and turning it to real estate anywhere. And that's, we all know that in our career. Open your mouth, open your mouth, open your mouth, right? Well, we don't always know what to say. So he gave us a conversation starter that can lead down the path so that you can eventually turn it to real estate. So here's what you need to do. We all go to the supermarket, right? Well, go to the supermarket, fill your cart up with food, and when you're standing in a line, make sure you pick one that's a long line so you have plenty of time to talk. and look at one of the items and say loudly, man, I only came here for one item, and look, I ended up leaving with a whole cart. Well, all of you have had that experience. Everyone's gone in looking to buy one or two things and ended up with a lot more than they expected. You know what? Somebody's going to turn around. Somebody's going to make a comment back. And you can start working that towards a point where you can start saying, boy, the real estate market has really turned around. Do it in a way that's natural for you, but it's a good opening and a starter that is very easy to get going. Take that opportunity, try it this week, and then report to us and let us know how it goes.
Hey, we want to thank you once again for watching our show with us today. And we want to thank our sponsor, Exit Las Vegas Realty Center.
Yep, and we also want to remind you one last time, if you'd like to go to that short sale class, which is free, click down there and it takes you to the page for you to register. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and all of our sponsors. Thank you so much for making it possible. We appreciate it.
You guys have a great day.
See ya! Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
Do you remember at the end of Men in Black?
Yeah.
The movie when they were doing the credits and they were showing like all the stars who were aliens and who weren't, like Dennis Rodman.
Uh-huh.
And then they showed what he looked like in real person and stuff like that. What do you think we'd look like as aliens?
Nice.